The real answer is, a more vibrant economy, which I think is rooted in jobs. And I think it's becoming apparent, increasingly apparent, that cities and counties are going to be more responsible for the creation of jobs.
We are an NPDES 2 city of 7,000 people. So the requirements and all the expectations with that, we understand there's federal requirements to that. We also know there's a lot of state requirements built into a lot of these things as well. So if we can find some, now we're not asking for money, we're just asking for some flexibility in order to either push those services back another 3 or 5 years until the economy gets stronger, or better yet, eliminate some of those restrictions. Because we have no desire to damage our environment.
State legislature is currently considering removal of revenue sharing dollars that will, in many or most cases, be directed toward public safety services. In our case, our people just raised their own sales taxes by 0.1% in order to pay for public safety services. If the state removes revenue sharing from us, those dollars will not go to the intended purpose that voters voted for in our city. They will instead be redirected to state programs, which is unfair to them.
We could use a little common sense. We could use a little less bureaucracy. We can deal with our budgets. We can deal with our responsibilities, and we want to. We just don't want our hands tied while we're trying to do it.
We're looking hard, we call it the 3 T's, training, tools, and technology, for our staff to try to leverage those resources. We don't have the luxury of adding staff anymore, and yet we still have, in some cases, increasing demand for services. So how do we provide those services in the most efficient and effective way we can?
The main area that we need help is for the state of Washington to follow through with its commitment that it made to the cities that have either been negatively impacted by streamlined sales tax. That would be much easier than having to now go back to the old sales tax style. And with annexation, those cities that, based on an agreement, a commitment that the state made, went ahead and annexed areas because they were more urban in development. For the state now to go back on its word leaves the cities in a very precarious financial situation.
Sometimes that means just getting government out of the way, making sure we have systems that are customer oriented. We're doing a lot to make sure that our permit system works well online, and that businesses can find the kind of predictability and customer service orientation that they need to succeed.
The solution that our mayor and city council are focusing on and working with the community is capital infrastructure improvements. We continue to proactively invest in the community, whether it's in our roads, in our sidewalks, our parks, and our utilities. And we've been reluctant to put that off. And the reason being is because the council knows that making those investments today will pay dividends long-term, strategically.
We can certainly use additional help from the state legislature when it comes to putting a pause on mandates coming from the state that require city resources to address environmental regulations, growth management regulations, etc. We could also use some help in flexibility of the available tools to finance local investment. And when I say tools, I'm referring to tax increment financing. I believe it's a very important role for local government and otherwise to invest in infrastructure, setting the stage for a successful and robust private investment, which as you stimulate private investment will generate business wealth and create jobs.
We're ready to start. If we can begin by working together to relieve some of the burden on the cities for the reporting, on businesses for just some of the reporting, and allow some of the programs that are available in other states that do not cost the state any money, give the cities a chance to bring our state back.